know you want to join the Creative Corner every Tuesday, where we vibe with the coolest creators.
But nah, you are too busy catching up on Umkosi, celebrity news and the headliners on the Trusted Talk Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
Embrace your feminine side with the ladies of Sisterhood Thursdays at 11 a.m. talking about everything women go through.
Join Amachita, Amahrotmane, the broskis of Sotra, fixing the country, one topic at a time. Thursdays at 2 p.m.
Get ready to spice up your sex life on the 8th hour every Thursday at 8 p.m. where we get down and dirty with the hottest topics. It's all things sex.
Start the weekend early with the feel-good vibes of Kasi Lifestyle Show Fridays at 2 p.m. Put on your dancing shoes, feel the music, and connect with the best artist Mzansi has to offer.
And if you're still not satisfied, you can learn a thing or two about living wild, young, and free with Ama 2K Saturdays at 11 a.m.
And for all you bookworms, relax your Saturday with On Writing at 2 p.m. where you can learn from the best writers and storytellers.
All this and more on Share Radio, the place to be.
Yo, what's good? Y'all listening to Share Radio, where we give you nice shows with a little bit of go in it, and where we promote upcoming artists, music, and more. If you want to share the experience with us or want us to promote your music, go to www.shareonline.co.za or WhatsApp us on 061 524 7755.
Depression and suicide are serious issues that affect many people. If you're feeling alone or hopeless, know that you are not alone. There are people who care about you and want to help. If you're struggling with depression or suicidal thoughts, there are resources available to help you. The South African Depression and Anxiety Group offers a 24-hour toll-free emergency helpline for suicide crisis support. Call them on 0800 567 567. Remember, you're not alone. There is hope and help is available.
Bengeza kwaye phuhlisa ishishini lakho nathi apha eShare Online. Sebenzisa ezinkcukacha zilandelayo ukusifumana 078 281 0681 okanye usithumelele email ku ads@shareonline.co.za.
Welcome to Sport Spotlight, because that's where we spot the light. Guess what? It's obvious that the light was spotted by Share Online.
You are now watching the Sports Spotlight, where you get all your sports coverage, updates, and news. Get ready for more Playground Show with the great interviews with your sports idols. Don't forget to tune in. We are Share Online on every social media platforms. Let the games begin.
Indeed, 4 minutes past 3 right here on Share Radio, brought to you by Share Online. I would like to welcome you once again, our sports mate. I would like to say welcome. It is yet another beautiful Wednesday right here on the Sports Light Show, where we say we bring you each and every update and coverage, whether it's on field and outside of the field. We've got you. So please do make sure that you stay with us, as we're going to be discussing a little bit more about sports. We hope that whoever is watching right now is going to engage with us on our social media platforms. We are Share Online on each and every social media platforms. On YouTube is Share Online. Do make sure that you click the notification button so that whenever we are live every Wednesday, you are notified so that we can have discussions with us. On Facebook, we are Share Online. And if you go on TikTok, we are also Share Online. Right now, we are live on TikTok, we are live on Facebook, we are also live on YouTube. So if you are on YouTube, give me a shout out, give me some fire emojis. If you're on TikTok, do make sure that you tap the screen and you share the live with the people that would really love to be part of this conversation. And also, if you're on Facebook, do make sure that you like the page and you comment down below, as we're going to be having some exciting discussions right here with my fellow panel. My name is Moeketsi Maimane, aka Maximum Temperature. I'm not alone, of course. I am with the one and only. Let me give it to him to introduce himself.
Yeah. How are you?
My brother. You. Yeah. Please introduce yourself. Before we've got somebody who is new that we're going to introduce to our viewers today, who is going to be part, of our show starting from today. Because as much as you're having discussion, it is very important to have somebody outside who's going to bring more information about the things that we are discussing. discussing. Unless, man, how are you, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. But before, I just realized that every time I would introduce yourself, how are you? Ukuthi man, you know, Maugule show you know, ukuthi man, there's a lot of so cool mangas.
Yeah, definitely.
But before cool mangas, I go, you know what they say.
What they say?
They say the energy is high. That's why I'm fly, my feet. That's why we are flying in this show, man. I go by the name of Fato Play, the producer, right here on Spotlight Show. And you know, guys, Uguti, but there's this guy, this night, like we interview Ati. Utheni siyashare le nto online
speaking of share online Jazz Mode, I see there Jazz Mode is here with us. Thank you so much for joining the Jazz Mode. We are sharing each and everything, and we would really love you to be part of the conversation. Not wasting any time, Bafetu, let me introduce the one and only Mr. Elvis.
Yes.
Man, we're feeling good, we're feeling fresh, man. It's so great, to have you and to actually announce you, to the viewers at home who are watching that, you'll be part of us as our reporter, giving us everything, that has to do with sports. So how are you doing, man?
Ndize nezinto ezitshisayo madoda ndivuthi ndithi bhe. Anyway igama lami ndinguElvis Okwandilele. Inkosi yamanyaba ugatyeni indoda enomamana inkomo zibomvu. Ndithi ke namhlanje sihlabile zimpondiwe.
Indeed. That's what we want to hear. Indeed. Mauti, you've come with some big guns. You've got something nice for the people and for us. It's exactly what we exactly wanted to hear. So please do not forget to follow us on our social media platforms and stay with us as the conversation, continues each and every day. Because, Guti, the sports, weekend is always every week. Drama, action is happening and people moving, and also exciting moments that we talk about, last week. So let me ask the famous question that we ask here on the show, and also, applies to you there at home, whoever is watching. And the question, let me start with Mr. Ato right here, Uguti. Hey man, how was your sports weekend?
Hey, zipukile inhliziyo. Ay. But man, my sports weekend was nice, man. Was good. But although we had some lot of things as bona Uguti. Hey man. Hey, we had too much expectations actually.
Yeah.
So Aye man. Now, but mina yazi ngifunani kahle kahle. Ngifuna labo bewayenza ama score predictions last week.
Yeah, I've got them.
Yeah,
I've got them right here with me, and Fifi is also here.
Okay.
Is also here, and by the way, welcome Fifi. Angifuna kumnika her flowers yet because her prediction were almost on point, and that's what we love, man. Yeah, but take it away.
Otherwise my sports weekend, according to the way I'm a match we saw which everything was successful, although my challenges each and every match, each and every time, each and every weekend, and Nati each and every week is corner. We are here to update each and every one. So I'd say my sports weekend was just okay. Yeah. And how was your sports weekend?
Yo, man, my sports weekend was so busy. It was filled with so many matches and so many drama. Things unfolding in a way that I did not expect. Because we know that there are these teams that we expect to go to. This is how they perform throughout. But things turned. We saw things that are very different. From coaches being fired. From strikers not scoring goals anymore, so it was a little bit tricky, but with the teams that I've go with that I grew up following, man, all of them they did not perform very well, but it's something that we're going to be looking into. So you at home, we would like to ask you, Guti, how was your sports weekend? And Mr. Elvis, how was your sports weekend, man?
Yo. Kule weekend lebe siphuma kuyo emsebenzini njilo ndathi izinto bezixaka abantu because of as you maningenelela your topic enithethayo apha studio ukuthi abantu abaninji babe disappointed le weekend because of izinto zijikile isitya esibesiqhela ukuphakela kuso ayisiso besiqhela ukuphakela kuso sesinye sesitshintshile.
Yeah. Indeed, there was so much difference that we saw, particularly the games, that we've been following and giving updates on what has been happening. So on YouTube, I have Refilo Rasekhanto saying the day I've been waiting for. A huge Orlando Pirates fan, by the way, hoping that you stay with us, man, as we're going to be unfolding, some of the games that have been playing throughout the weekend. And I have Ubanele Mnci saying, hola Elvis, Mo and Ato. Yes, city hola, city hola. City hola, Ati. Now you need a female sports commentator.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, man. If any females, who wants to be part of, this show and, would really like to give updates and they are passionate about, doing this, please do make sure to tell them, Uguti, we are here. We are, we can give them a platform because there's also women's sports, not to forget about that. There's women's sports that is out there, that a lot of people do follow. So obviously it will be really a good thing to get people who will, update people on that. But without wasting any time, getting on my headlines and the things that we're going to be discussing today, we're going to be looking at the Carling Knockout Cup, the 2024 and 2025 fixtures, the results, and everything that you need to know what, happened during the week. As you know that it was the quarter finals where we saw those games playing, and we've got a match that we are going to be speaking with you. And we're going to be looking at the English Premier League results. The UEFA Champions League that was playing yesterday, a lot of drama unfolded, so we would also like to hear from you, man. How was your experience in watching those games and seeing things different? We're seeing teams like Real Madrid, the defending champions, losing important games. Something that we're going to be getting into. And another headline, as much as we saw the game between Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs, man, Kaizer Chiefs came forward and apologized for what the fans did on the day, in which is, it's something that is way outside of sportsmanship, seeing fans getting into the field and doing all of those things. But it's something that we're going to be discussing. We also want to hear your view right there, whoever is watching. And we're also going to be looking at Kaizer Chiefs coach Nasreddine Nabi urges patience. Fans must lower expectations, amid the rebuilding of what we are seeing right there at Kaizer Chiefs. And the second last one is Kaizer Chiefs to promote a 16-year-old star. What impact do these young stars bring into the first, team? So it's something that we want to discuss with you. And please do make sure that you stay with us. And lastly but not least, we're going to be looking at the South Africa teen sensation Emile Witbooi set for Chelsea trial amid Premier League interest is a thing that we're going to be speaking about. And also Elvis is here to give some of the reports outside of what we will be speaking about. So please do make sure that you stay with us right here on the Sports Light Show. My name is Moeketsi Maimane. I'm here with the one and only Ato Blade and Elvis joining us all the way from where are you right now, man?
Yeah, I'm in Orange Farm, man.
Yeah.
Next to Orange Farm, I'm there.
Indeed. Thulamntwana Mukhalelane. Elvis all the way from Thulamntwana. So after the break, we're going to be giving it away to you, Elvis. Just give us the report on what has been happening, and then we will get, some few engagements from people on what you have got. For now, let us take a short break, and then when we come back, we're going to be continuing with our headlines and the discussion. So please do make sure that you don't move, you don't go anywhere. Just take a cup of coffee, whether it's glass, because we know that it's too hot right now. So grab a glass of water, grab a glass of juice, whether it's wine, ngoba zisazobuya right here on the Spotlight Show. Let us take a short break, and then when we come back, we're going to continue with our discussions.
you want to join the Creative Corner every Tuesday, where we vibe with the coolest creators.
But nah, you are too busy catching up on Umkosi, celebrity news, and the headliners on the Trusted Talk Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
Embrace your feminine side with the ladies of Sisterhood Thursdays at 11 a.m. talking about everything women go through.
Join Amachita, Amahrotmane, the broskies of Sotra, fixing the country, one topic at a time. Thursdays at 2 p.m.
Get ready to spice up your sex life on the 8th hour every Thursday at 8 p.m. where we get down and dirty with the hottest topics. It's all things sex.
Start the weekend early with the feel-good vibes of Kasi Lifestyle Show Fridays at 2 p.m. Put on your dancing shoes, feel the music, and connect with the best artist Mzansi has to offer.
And if you're still not satisfied, you can learn a thing or two about living wild, young, and free with Ama2K Saturdays at 11 a.m.
And for all you bookworms, relax your Saturday with On Writing at 2 p.m. where you can learn from the best writers and storytellers.
All this and more on Share Radio, the place to be.
Bengeza kwaye phuhlisa ishishini lakho nathi apha eShare Online. Sebenzisa ezi nkcukacha zilandelayo ukusifumana. 078 281 0681 okanye usithumelele email ku ads@shareonline.co.za.
Welcome to Sport Spotlight, because that's where we spot the light. Guess what? It's obvious that the light was spotted by Share Online.
You are now watching the Sports Spotlight, where you get all your sports coverage, updates, and news. Get ready for more playground show with the great interviews with your sports idols. Don't forget to tune in. We are Share Online on every social media platforms. Let the games begin.
17 minutes past 3. We are inside the Sports Light Show, and I would like to welcome you back, our sports mate, whoever is watching right there. Thank you so much for staying with us. My name is Moeketsi Maimane, and I'm not alone. I'm with the one and only Arthur Blade, and all the way from Orange Farm is Mr. Elvis, who's going to be our reporter for the day. A reminder to follow us on our social media platforms. We are Share Online on each and every social media platform. Right now, we are live on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Do make sure that you leave your comment down below. I have a comment from Jazz Mode. You know I'm still in pain. My team losing with big scores, but then we move on. If Man City can concede 4, so why not Chiefs? It's something that we're going to get into, Mr. Jazz Mode. But thank you so much for your comment. Keep them coming, guys, so that we can have a very beautiful discussion and engage, about what has been happening in our week. But right now, let me hand it over to you, Mr. Elvis, and tell us what has been happening on the sports world.
Ya ndiyabulela kakhulu ndinike lithuba Mr. Arthur apho khona apho kuShare Online Radio, ndiphinde futhi ndibulele nakuShare Online Radio ngoba niniphelele lithuba leli namhlanje. Zihamba kanje ke izinto zanamhlanje. Masiqale kuqala apha kuKaizer Chiefs. Izinto bezenzeka kuCarling Black Label. Ama-fans we-Chiefs awavuyanga ngento yenzekile, kodwa abanye bayavuyisana nalonto uba siyafuna ukuthi yenzeke lento ngexesha sibona ukuthi inhliziyo zethu kodwa zona zithini zibhlungu, ngoba sizawukhe sithini sikwazi ukuthini usayina ama-player angakwazi ukukhompyutha not in South Africa qha, nukukhompyutha kulamazwe angentla aphezulu. Uthi ke yena kumanqoba mnqithi angathanda uba angathatha amanye ama-player phaa kuKaizer Chiefs, abantu abanjengozwane, abantu abanjengoshabalala, two babeseskimini sabo, bangayithanda kakhulu lonto leyo ngokubona kwakhe. Akatsho ukuthi kodwa yisinyathelo oluzolithatha uba uzawugcina kodwa ethathe ama-player we-Kaizer Chiefs. Ibingumbono ke lowo. Siphinde siye nangapha kuWydad. Nekhumbula mos iWydad ibikhe yenza ifuna ukusayina uBongani Zungu. uBongani Zungu lo bedlalela imali eMamelodi Sundowns, ebebuya phesheya. Nakhona ukubuya kwakhe phesheya zangabuye kamnandi because of bekunama-banners athile wayojiva ngesikhathi se-COVID. So yile wafika ke apha eSouth Africa. Xa kefika ke apha eSouth Africa wafika wajoyina iMamelodi Sundowns. Kwacaca ke ngoMamelodi Sundowns itheni ayisamdingi. Ukungamdingi kwayo wahamba ke wayotrayela le le kuWydad le kwapho khona uHurulane Mkwena apho uHurulane Mkwena athi nakhosha khona ukhosha kwakhe apho ke uHurulane Mkwena kucacile ke ba bemfuna uHurulane Mkwena ukuthi abe part of iplayer azoba ikey kwacaca ukuthi no thina sinantsika siyiWydad thina asimdingi uBongani Zungu besithi samsayina kodwa makabuyele emva abuyele emva eSouth Africa kodwa ke into esethe masefikile ngapha eSouth Africa sivile ukuba uMandla Masango uthi yena ngokombono wakhe uNabi uyamdinga umuntu one-experience ofana noBongani Zungu apha eSouth Africa. Nenye into ke endifuna ke sibonisane ngayo nithini ngebanyana banyana ibethwe ifinal ibethwa yiZambia kuKhosafa women Khosafa kodwa bona yona kubanyana banyana uthi ukhosha we-head coacher webanyana banyana bathi mani nguDesiree uthi yena uyithandile into yenzekile kakhulu kuba ama-player webanyana banyana ebiza ngokuthi i-development kubo ukuthi the next 2025 eMorocco xa bedlala bathi ntoni intoni kanene mabedlala inantsika i-Champions League Khosafa manje i-African tournament I will say so yes ukuthi ngoba kaloku bona bazi-champion nababona futhi napha bezikhandla kakhulu noba bethwe nge-5-0 kugame yabo bebedlala Sweden or Sweden kaloku kune-Switzerland ne-Sweden baphinda futhi babethwa futhi nge-2-1 bebethwa yi-England ibabetha ke England ekhaya e-England so besithi ke into ayivuyeleyo ukuba bebona ke pha kuKhosafa bedlala the way bedlala ngakhona because of uyabona uba sesinye isquad esingathatha sifike futhi simbeke ku-final ezinye ke izinto masithi siyajonga namhlanje akhona amagame azawubaleka njengenamhlanje iMamelodi Sundowns iyadlala nayo iMamelodi Sundowns izabeke iqobisana nentshatsheli noko esithi noko zii-underdogs apha eSouth Africa zinintshi izinto zakwenzeka kule weekend le esiya kuyo namhlanje zinintshi into zakwenzeka ngoba zikhona inguqu ezizakwenzeka amasabona ne-Orlando Pirates isesengunumber 1 ina-21 point iMamelodi Sundowns ke yona ke ina-15 point iPolokwane City ke yona ke ihleli pha ku-13 points ingunumber 3 oStellenbosch ke na kuna-11 point ukuya le ezantsi Kaizer Chiefs ke yona ke ina-8 point ke guys ningalibali ke yona kuba ina-8 point noba ibibethiwe last ngo-4-0 kodwa ke asitsho loo nto mhlawumbi ingaphinde ibuye ngoba xa siva uNabi naye uthi iKaizer Chiefs yena akayijonganga uba ingathatha iligi akazijongelanga uba yena ufuna ukukhompyutha bengunumber 1 at least yena xa enozihlalela apha kunumber 3 angayivuyela loo nto leyo kakhulu uba ndibonile nani iOrlando Pirates nayo yazenzela igama kwamanye amagama walapha eSouth Africa xa ibetha iwina kuRichards Bay ngo-1-0 yazenzela ke igama ukuthi mina ndifuna uhlala phaa encochoyini andifuna ukujika andifuna uya ndawo sabona ke namhlanje iMamelodi Sundowns iba ke yona ke izawuthini ke yona ke namhlanje ama-results wakhe khona napha neStellenbosch izabe ibethana phaa ne-TS Galaxy izabe idlalela ke yona ke eCape Town ke namhlanje i-TS Galaxy idlala nayo ke iStellenbosch siphinde sijonge ke igame bendingayijonganga eba ingenzeka i-AC Milan iba ibethe ke ibethe iReal Madrid bendingayijonganga kakhulu uba ingayenza loo nto leyo because of abanye ibakhuphile phaa ekubhejeni bakhona abanye bebeprediktile ukuthi no hayi thina sizawina ngescore esithile kodwa ke zajika izinto babesendikhandatsho kwasekuqaleni ndathi izinto ziyajika izinto uthi ngexesha ukuxela uba wena izinto zijike siphinde futhi sijonge napha ku-Champions League kutebhuli yakhona azimanga kakuhle ngoba iLiverpool isaseyiyo lidayo phaa phezulu ikhumbula itshintshiwe ngoku ngoba i-group stages zikhona kodwa ayisahambi ngalo coding i-group stages zakhona because of ngoku sekuya ngetebhuli into ezimangazayo uJuventus basemsileni masithi siyajonga Manchester City nabo pha emsileni bana 7 point. iLiverpool uyayibona nawe pha ko 12 point. Kubi oYoung Boys nabo bafuna uzenzela igama kuya pha phezulu ukunyuka uya le phezulu. Ngoba mase sijonga uJuventus nayo idrawile futhi. Idrawa ngo-1-1. Izinto zinzima nayo futhi Champions iMan City yabethwa ke nayo ngo-4-1. Bekunzima mona. Kule weekend lena. Manje ndizibambe kunapha esitweni nina nicinga ntoni izinto mazenzeka kanje?
I mean, it's always something that is new, when you watch these games. Yeah, but ngoba we know ukuthi Champions League, it's a competition for, very good teams. Team as khandlile ukuthi they really deserve to play in the top flight European league. Yeah, but so I mean, it's not off ukmangala, not being amazed by what is happening to Real Madrid by losing those games, because the league itself, Shuguti, it's the Champions League. So whoever who is there, they're going to prove themselves. Because with Real Madrid, they've won the cup 15 times, and they're defending champions. They're also trying to defend La Liga. Right now, they're sleeping on both competition. Their hands are sleeping on both competition. So for them, there's heavy, heavy load that they need to offload. Because Okwamanje, we heard with Mbappe, there are rumors that he has these rape allegations that are still going on. And there are also rumors that Real Madrid feel like, they regret making a decision of bringing him to their squad. So a lot of elements they really do, actually, Ziafaga, they play part on what is happening on these teams, because Man City lost 4-1 to Sporting. And Ruben, the one who is coaching Sporting, is the same coach that has signed with Manchester United. So we are going to be seeing Ruben in the English Premier League. So exciting with what you are coming with, because with what you have mentioned, we are seeing a lot of action in Champions League, and people are getting shocked at the amount of difference we are seeing teams playing very good football. But I think that league, it's quite slight different from what we have seen. I don't know what you think, Mr. Ato.
I see what's happening there, but there's a conundrum here, Uguti. Like, would you say Uguti? Because if you could check gahle, I'm a team awangapa nawangale. It's more like there's something yenzakalayo efanayo. Because ama-team wangale amakhulu nama-team wangapha amakhulu ayawa. There's something yenzakalayo. But the question that I have, Uguti, do you think Uguti maybe they bapatale someone or ngale bapatale ngapha Uguti, okay guys, let's have an agreement so that people can watch and enjoy what's happening. Why can't we do this ukuthi ama-team amakhulu awayehle, ama-team amancane akhuphuke? Because we can see ama-team amancane like bongeke ucabanga ukuthi Madrid ingaluza lesa score. You wouldn't say okay, Chiefs abantu sebayithatha as a vele score sayo sesijwayelekile. But according to the way beyiza ngakhona, you would say ukuthi abantu banalento ukuthi hayi Chiefs iyawina manje. But according to the way kwenzeka ngakhona, like izinto complicated, you don't understand what's happening. So I feel like I'm confused ukuthi since the kunama changes amaningi ngale they've introduced league entsha, they've introduced format entsha, even this side they've introduced league entsha. So I don't understand ukuthi when they introduce these things, it's like they are trying to change the system yala mathima phezulu ukuthi ayehle or vele kunjalo, because it's like it's similar what is happening that side and this side.
Because okay, you can carry on.
Because of when like you're talking about Chinja league, we see a lot of challenges from Spain, because of there's a lot of challenges in Spain. Utusajongile since uqale league utusabhekile ukuthi okay, nikena has this game Barcelona ishaywa uzibuza ukuthi hayi man kwenzakalani, because of we don't. It's not the Barcelona we know. Ngesikhathi sabo Messi, and you see the challenge. Each and every team edlalayo eSpain iyazimisela uba no mna ndi-Atletico Madrid mna ngokokwam, and ukhumbule ezikhuluma ngebhola la overseas. Look at you know when like mawubhekele ibhola la overseas makudlala mhlawumbe ngithi makudlala iValencia iValencia ama-fans wabo nokuthi abadlali neBarcelona kusoloko kugcwele ku-packed, and banala sespirit ukuthi no manje we need to sizibonakalise thina ukuthi singobani, you understand, singayi ngalanda ukuthi okay sidlala neBarcelona, iBarcelona sizashayela kuphi, you understand. So the changes they are there, and you see the competition is very, very tight. Look at our top strikers, our top goal scorers. Things they are changing there when like you're checking the table. It's not the things we were thinking good no sifuna ukubona mhlambi uMbappe, you understand, or sifuna ukubona ukuthi ekutop ban, but things are changing. It's like kudlalwa ngenethi, you understand, kuna something ehluzwayo pha.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you so much for that, gentleman. But hey, before move onto something different, let us go back because we have to also cover the Culling knockout, games that happened over the weekend. So on Facebook, Jazz Mode, saying, I understand the frustration from the fans. It's been long without any trophy in Naturena. Sometimes it's hard to adapt to defeat when you are used on, to victories. Kaizer Chiefs fans need to be patient. It's something that Coach Nabi, emphasized on people and also fans that, guys, please do make sure that you become patient. The right time is coming to restructure the team to become what we want it to become. And then we are Futi Ati. The world football have changed a lot. That's why we always see surprises, loses on big teams. Take a typical example, Man United, who have thought they can be on the stage. Where are they right now? It's a challenge that, the football scene, because with what the UEFA president, Alexandra Keferin, when he introduced this new format, he said the more games they are played, that means you get more people watching, and more people watching, it's more money. That means it's more money for these small teams. Now the small teams are going to acquire more money and sign better players that can compete in this UEFA Champions League. So that's why we are seeing it, and it's a very positive change, by the way. Seeing teams like Abu Spartak Moscow, teams like Abu Braska being in the Champions League and competing to be in the top flight. It's something that as fans, as football lovers, we want to see. Not every time seeing one team winning the same trophy every time, because from the past 3 seasons, it's been Real Madrid. Real Madrid has been there winning the trophy, but now things are becoming a little bit different. So that's what it's happening right now in the sports world. Guti, things have to change. But now, guys, we had the Culling knockout, playing over the weekend, where we had ETS Galaxy playing Moeketsi, Marumo Gallants playing against Stellenbosch, Richards Bay against Cape Town City, and Kaizer Chiefs playing against Mamelodi Sundowns. And the funny thing is that last week Wednesday, right here, we were speaking to our people who were watching, our viewers, and we were like, guys, please give us your prediction. We have two top best prediction that we got, which was from Urifilwe and Ukazi, based on the game, Chiefs, Moeketsi, and Sundowns. So before we get to the final scores and results, I think it's better to start with the prediction on what has happened. And I also want to hear from you, if you are watching last week, what did you think the score was going to be, due to the performance that you saw of Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns? What did you think like the score was going to be? How did you see the match panning out? Did you think Chiefs was going to win the game, or you saw Guti Mamelodi Sundowns is going to run away with the game? But now, Refulo said the game against Chiefs and Moeketsi, which was playing on Wednesday, last week Wednesday, right? Refulo said Moeketsi is going to win 3-1 against Chiefs.
Yeah.
You know, in which I feel like she was close because the game ended 2-2.
2-2, yes.
Yeah, but and then Refuller said on Saturday the calling knockout Chiefs against Mamelodi Sundowns. She said Sundowns is going to win 6-0 against Kaizer Chiefs. Yeah, but and I think that's why she's here with us. You know, as I was telling Dabaze, I really told you guys. In which, yes, please do make sure that you comment down below because we would like to give you your props with the prediction that you gave because it's just like 2 goals difference, you know, because the Chiefs lost 4-0. So, Ukazi, it was total different, man. You know, on Gazi, you know, Gazi said, Chiefs is going to win 4-0 against Moeketsi, you know, and Chiefs is going to win 3-0 against Mamelodi Sundowns. But it was total opposite, you know, that 3-0, you know, you just add 1 goal and then you swap the score.
Yeah.
You know, that's, you know, what the Kaizer Chiefs, you know, they really got. You know, they really got 4-0 against Mamelodi Sundowns, in which it's a talking point, you know, before Singena Kubo Moeketsi. And by the way, the semi-final fixture has been finalized. Richards Bay is going to play against Moeketsi on 9 November, which is this upcoming Saturday. And on Sunday, we're having Marumo Gallants against Sundowns. Again, we want to hear from you, you know, between Richards Bay and Moeketsi, who are going to the final, and between Marumo Gallants and Sundowns, who are going to the final.
Yeah.
Right? And then the main talking point for today is Chiefs against Sundowns. So, Arthur, let me start with you, man.
Yeah.
Like, how did you foresee the game?
Hey, man, as much as you are telling us the scores, I want to predict Chiefs is win angaki or izodliwa angaki. I mean, I'm going to go the side loguti we are having the score so guti Chiefs win angaki. So people had score so guti Chiefs win.
Yeah.
Only to find out which is odliwa. But besides the score, I want to talk about the performance. I think the thing is my fans ukuthi babe nenhliziyo encane, they were expecting a lot.
Yeah.
And also the performance of Chiefs was totally different from what bebazanayo.
Yeah.
It was totally different. And ne Sundowns, like I said last week, ukuthi Sundowns izoba nendlela yokuthi bayithola ukuthi, you know what, last time we had a game early tough ne Chiefs, which is it's not nice. Status is now so Tina as Sundowns. So we need to prove ourselves, which is it's what they did. And they made sure ukuthi as in la Siyalwa strong. But now the performance of Chiefs was totally poor. It was poor with the finishing. I remember the last time, I think it's 2 weeks back.
Yeah.
Here Google Spotlight, we spoke about comment Gatsoteti, if I'm not mistaken. Advisor Shiva Vero.
Yeah.
I mean, reply to our fans easy.
Yeah.
We just need your performance. So if we need your performance and then the next thing you don't deliver, obviously Tina says or react as fans. But now if you are going to reply back, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So now bekumele abonise ukuthi last week bengadlali bengiserious mangithi ngiyabuya.
Yeah.
So now he failed to do umsebenzi. Now sesibuyela kwe comment akaTsotethu ukuthi beka right makakutshela ukuthi bo userious na ngomsebenzi wakho.
Yeah.
Don't reply back to our fans when I just do your work.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm a player with Chiefs, although we are not putting a pressure that much, but as our fans were expecting, and what Mackenzie said, Uguti, guys, I need you ukuthi nisebenze, but bekakhulumela kuphi ku national team. Not ukuthi guys ngifocus ku national team kuphela, but I'm also focusing ku sports sonke.
Yeah.
Kwama team wenu, you should work hard so that manifika la you are the best. Nenza sure ukuthi siyawina, but according to the performance of Chiefs, man, it was difficult. I saw ukuthi they were trying, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's something that we have to get, you know, deep into. Yoguti, the main question, if you're watching right now, you know, we just want to know, Guti, what is it that you saw that was wrong, you know, that Chiefs need, and what is it that is right that you know Sundowns did. Before I give it to you, you know, Elvis, to tell me about your thoughts about the game, I have Jazz Mode right here. Honestly, me, after we played Moeketsi, Amathemba, aye, abamancane that we can win against Sundowns. But looked, the reality side, I didn't see that. But as loving supporter of Chiefs, also have, hope nyana, they can win.
Yeah.
But indeed, a lot of people said that, after they saw a game, Moeketsi, because there was panic also in Moeketsi's game. Moeketsi scored 2 goals, and then Chiefs had to be on, that mode of coming back. Yes, we saw you guys scoring goals, but those goals were not enough to win the game. So what is going to happen on Saturday? And it exactly happened the way people saw it. But thank you so much, Jazz Mode, for that comment. But right now, the question to you is that what do you think Sundowns got right? And what do you think Kaizer Chiefs got wrong, right? And then Refuller says, the Chiefs fans, we are ready for Sundowns. Jiggy jiggy, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I can see what you did. I can see what you did there. But it happened, man. The Chiefs got 4, they lost 4. So if you've got more thoughts, guys, please do make sure that you can comment down below on our social media platforms. We are share online on every social media platform. Leave down your comment. So, Mr. Elvis, man, give me your thoughts about the game.
Uyabona igame lesibuya kuye Mamelodi Sundowns neKaizer Chiefs. Mna ndiyibone isaqala from ku lineup when Gabeshiya uDipru, because of I know badlala yena no Sirino iposition e1 uDipru, but you can swipe it if uba ukhuphe mhlambi uDuba and then mhlamba try ukuthi no, I will try to attack ngoDuba, because of you see that game xa you analyze wena bebe pressure uSirino, all the balls bebezibamba iChiefs zizinikeza uSirino bonke baya kuSirino. So I was like, vele before ngakaqala ibhola nathi mina iprediction yami, I don't think iChiefs izobuya, because of I was thinking mna that no, i3 izobungena yona before half time. And abantu bebenhleli nabo abantu baxela ukuthi ngeke iChiefs iqinile. No, look at it defending yeChiefs from esiswini iba ayiqinanga, and we sidlala nabantu abane experience, and the players we esidlala ngabo, yes bana experience, but that pressure on that time because of bekufuna ukubuyiswa entoni isquinch ngesquinch, which means we do the corrections. And if ubuyele emva for igame yeMoeketsi neChiefs akwayona nje ibingajabulisi, because of if you see singathathi lanto uba iMoeketsi yabethi Orlando Pirates ekuqaleni, but look at i-analyzation yakho on that time uba okay, iChiefs xa idlale kanje neMoeketsi, do you think wena inanzika iChiefs izabuya kuMamelodi Sundowns now or kanjani? And the people they said no, izobuya ibonile de idlale ngakhona. I said no, but look at ischeme esisikhona, because of look at abantu abaninzi bebekhala ngomthetho ukuthi wa umthetho bengekho, and uMarty was there, he was out after the time sekungena, he was out. So iChiefs ibingenabo abantu ebhenjini, kwasebhenjini uthi no, if siyahluleka ngabantu sinabo abantu thina beso achika ngabo. It's not personal, but inyani yodwa le nditsho ba bekunideka someone ozopress iChiefs, ozopressa iMamelodi Sundowns. Uba because of look at the Sundowns, the way ibidlala ngakhona ibidlala ngathi sejimini Sundowns. No one was pressuring Sundowns. Chiefs was relaxing, he was like he was winning on that time. And bona before ukuthi baya pressure, they're not pressing, they're just relaxing. So as is cool because of Nabi said vele he want to know ama players, personality of players, because of look at now Chiefs idlala ngama young players, and it's not easy to give umsebenzi to ama young players uthi okay carry the team, because of you always thinking good next week kuzakwenzekala ntoni, kuzakwenza ntoni. So zezinye ama challenges iChiefs enawo lawo. That's why I said if this budget uNabi athetha ngayo ba no Chiefs okay izanika budget, I'm thinking to do this and this. You need experienced players. Let's swallow our pride. Let's get experienced players, and then we'll see who okay is our big group. Because of all the players, Chiefs we have a lot of injuries. Chiefs has a lot of injuries. So look now, Utinon Solomon na yebebuya ku injuries. So I'm going to realize because of Lomdu Lobeku injury. So how can we say okay? I'll go and beat opponent yam, but ndizawudlala ngabantu ababuya ku-injury. It's not like that football. You need to analyze and then check nalapha kuwo. But now the things kunalantu abathi fees or behind the scene ukuthi fitness yakho ihamba kanjani. We can't take a player so idlalisa without we go fitness yakho injani, because of if the doctor or bena something yenzeka ebaleni i-team izawuba in trouble. I think nezo zinto abazijongayo. But for me, if Chiefs benzawuthatha ama-risks because of those players, yes, they are performing, but ayingobantu aba-ready for they go and compete.
Yeah.
For me, Nagolami side.
Yeah, that's true, because you know, adding from what you just said, you know, about Unabi knowing the personality, because we still know Guti, he still have, you know, a big task ahead of him, you know, of doing that. You Guti, you know, you need to learn the characteristics of each and every player. Guti, you know, when it comes to their average and overall, you know, in terms of physique, you know, ungamtata umfikise kuphi, you know, because you might take a player, you know, based on their performance last Maumfaga, you know, the performance is different. And speaking of this thing, Yoguti, you know, using young players, you know, and giving them a very huge responsibility, you know, that they have to carry, you know, because when you look at Sundowns, man, Sundowns, when they come with experience. As much as they have young players, you know, we didn't see a lot of Abo Neo Maema, you know, in the field, you know, the young, you know, players that Sundowns have introduced, you know, so we saw Abo Ribeiro, you know, most people who are experienced, who've been on the game. So playing them with these young players, Abomfundo Vilagazi, you know, with the mixture of those players, it is going to be a challenge. And you saw the emotions of Umfundo Vilagazi crying because that also shows, you know, the burden. I mean, playing with this huge team, it's such a very huge responsibility. I mean, Omangoba, yes, said that Chiefs is a very huge and a big team, but now giving youngsters this very huge, you know, burden and responsibility, it's going to weigh in on them. And then you see, I'm a player, they no longer perform very well, you know, so it's a very, very huge problem. So it is some of the things that, you know, when you look at Guti, what really happened in the game. And in the middle also, like a lot of people were missing. You know, I don't know if you guys, you know, noticed, you know, how Ulona was getting in with the balls and making so much crosses. You know, every time when Sundowns, you know, had the ball, they just played a long pass. It will either get Umudau, it will either get Umudiba, because Umudiba pushed in the middle because he saw a space. That space created a lot of opportunities. Even the passes that Obas was making, like it showed Uguti, there are no people in the middle, you know. So, I mean, a lot of points and a lot of, you know, things you saw in that game was that they were not ready. They were not ready. Because I have to tell you, last game, Sundowns, they played against Polokwane City. They lost 1-0. And they did not have a shot on target. So you have to think, Uguti, what is going on through the coach's mind and the players' minds. Uguti, these people, they play the game, they have no shot on target. So that means we'll do better. Or Sizobadla, you know. So I don't know what you think about that.
You know, going back to the match, young 28 September, whereby Chiefs beat Lalana Sundowns. Lapaya strategy Sundowns was different to you know, because Sundowns, that match, as much as Gulebe badlala long pass, it was 1-2-3, then Bapumile out. But that match, September 28, they were playing a short ball. You know. But now coach has realized, you know what, maybe this thing in Toga coach Banban mina angin we understand that because I'm used to amapola amuvayo cool. So let's try to use my strategy and then spawn which is hamba kanjani. Because I believe which match maybe bega you know what guys, just play ball. I mean, I'll just guide you to what to do, when to do it, you know. And then I think they were applying a strategy so good. You know what? We have analyzed that game. And then you guys saw ukuthi azange iphumelele kahle. Let's try and use this one. Sibone ukuthi sodlala kanjani. And you saw ukuthi their performance was good, was even better kule match badlala nePolokwane City, badlala neKaizer Chiefs. It was totally better because now coach, I feel like is now understanding what to do nge team. As much as people were saying ukuthi no, le team le inkulu for yena. Yes, people are talking, but yena as a coach needs to understand ukuthi yazini le team le dali winner. So he had to come up with the strategy as soon as possible. So I feel like man, it Chiefs nayo izofika to that point ukuthi babona ama strategy are right. I don't think it's a bad situation ukuthi they can't even change.
Definitely. And on YouTube, we have Jazz Mode Ati. As for Sundowns, they knew Chiefs will come emotional on that game. So the best thing they must do is to press Chiefs, forcing them to do mistakes. And it definitely worked for them. And it's something that we saw very on the game, where Blom, they really failed to make those forward passes. Each and every time they wanted to start the ball from a mover, they would make mistake. It will end up with Ushalulile. It will end up with Lucas Ribeiro. So they had to press them because now they're trying to pick up, and one of the strategies of the game is press until, they don't know what to do, until they give you the ball. Shugut manje, when you press them to a point, they don't even lose the ball outside, but bagniga loninya win. That's what Sundowns did, and then Uyabuya photo chess mode as for my team, Chiefs experience that we needed, but the boys are good. They can't handle big institutions like Kaizer Chiefs alone as young players. It adds on what you said, Elvis, when you say, Mangoba mentioned Uguti, you can't give, these young players a huge responsibility, to handle, a team as big as Sundowns, it needs experienced players. The last time we won against Sundowns, when we went to El Loftus, you saw Abo Bennett Parker, the people who really knew how to play against them, who really, knew them from experience and watching them. But now the young ones, they need to carry a lot, to come up, Gulelo Zinga, and come up and with a win. But it panned out, Sundowns won 4 against Kaizer Chiefs. But I also have a comment from Urivila Ati. After losing to Supersport and draw with Moeketsi, you still start with Chivaviro instead of Dupree. And you don't start with Vilagazi and Mart. The sooner people forget about Chivaviro, the better. I mean, I think Chivaviro, what he needs right now is, that motivation to bring him back to the game. Because the goal that he scored against the Supersport, it showed Uguti there is potential in him, and he can do more. He can do better in the upcoming games. But I know Chiefs, but you have to move on, because of time. But as I said, that the fixtures are finalized. We have Richards Bay playing against Moeketsi. And of course, on the quarterfinals, Moeketsi won against TS Galaxy 1-0. And in Richards Bay, they won 5-4 on penalties playing against Cape Town City. And we saw Mamelodi Sundowns defeating Kaizer Chiefs 4-0 to see themselves going to compete into the semi-finals against Marumo Gallants. So that's it from the Carling knockout. Let us take a short break, and then when we come back, we are going to be discussing and looking a bit more of the English Premier League and how, the games are played. And obviously, we would really like to hear from you right there at home, whoever is watching. We are shared online on each and every social media platform. If you want to share your voice note, the number to do that is 061-524-7758. 061-524-7758. Share online on each and every social media platform. We are still watching Sports Light Show. My name is Moeketsi Maimane, and I'm here with the one and only Arthur Blade. And all the way from Orange Farm on the call is Elvis, who's giving us all the reports that we need to know. Let us take a short break, and we will come back.
You want to join the Creative Corner every Tuesday. where we vibe with the coolest creators.
But nah, you are too busy catching up on Umkosi, celebrity news and the headliners on the Trusted Talk Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
Embrace your feminine side with the ladies of sisterhood Thursdays at 11 a.m. talking about everything women go through.
Join Amachita, Amahrotmane, the broskies of Sotra, fixing the country, one topic at a time. Thursdays at 2 p.m.
Get ready to spice up your sex life on the 8th hour every Thursday at 8 p.m. where we get down and dirty with the hottest topics. It's all things sex.
Start the weekend early with the feel-good vibes of Kasi Lifestyle Show Fridays at 2 p.m. Put on your dancing shoes, feel the music and connect with the best artist Mzansi has to offer.
And if you're still not satisfied, you can learn a thing or two about living wild, young and free with Ama 2K Saturdays at 11 a.m.
And for all you bookworms, relax your Saturday with On Writing at 2 p.m. where you can learn from the best writers and storytellers.
All this and more on Share Radio, the place to be.
Depression and suicide are serious issues that affect many people. If you're feeling alone or hopeless, know that you are not alone. There are people who care about you and want to help. If you're struggling with depression or suicidal thoughts, there are resources available to help you. The South African Depression and Anxiety Group offers a 24-hour toll-free emergency helpline for suicide crisis support. Call them on 0800 567 567. Remember, you're not alone. There is hope and help is available.
Bengeza kwaye phuhlisa ishishini lakho nathi apha eShare Online. Sebenzisa ezinkcukacha zilandelayo ukusifumana. 078 281 0681 okanye usithumelele email ku ads@shareonline.co.za.
Welcome to Sports Spotlight, because that's where we spot the light. Guess what? It's obvious that the light was spotted by Share Online.
You are now watching the Sports Spotlight, where you get all your sports coverage, updates, and news. Get ready for more Playground Show with the great interviews with your sports idols. Don't forget to tune in. We are Share Online on every social media platforms. Let the games begin.
Indeed, let the games begin as we have begun. Thank you so much for staying with us. You're still watching the Sports Light Show right here on Share Radio, brought to you by Share Online. 2 minutes up until we hit 4 o'clock on the dot. You're still with me, Moeketsi Maimane, and the one and only Arthur Blade, and also our reporter right here online, Mr. Elvis. We are still in discussions over what happened. Of course, what happened on the weekend, on the Sports Light and the Sports Weekend. We'd also like to hear from you where you are, on our comment sections. Please do make sure to leave down your comments. We are Share Online on each and every social media platform. Right now, we're streaming live on TikTok, we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. You can simply catch us there so that we can have a communication and engage with you live right now. I have a comment from Jesmode Ati Moeketsi will meet Sundowns on the final. And Jesmode, if you do not mind, please give me the score prediction of that final against Moeketsi versus Sundowns. What do you think the score will be, and how will the game pan out? And also on your prediction, can you jinx it up a little bit and tell us, Guti, who is going to score on the game, so that we can get it a little bit interesting right here. As Ufifi predicted last week, Guti, Chiefs is going to lose 6-0 to Sundowns, and they ended up losing 4-0 to Sundowns. Right now we are moving on to the English Premier League, and just to see on what happened during the week. So Saturday on the 2nd of November, we had Newcastle playing against Arsenal, and Arsenal lost 1-0. Before I move in deeply into the other games, I just want to know from you, because Arsenal are the contenders of the Premier League, and they're also playing in the Champions League. They're also on domestic cups, your FA cups, your Carabao cups. So on contending for the league, they played against Newcastle. So right now, I just want to open the standings so that we can see where they are. Right now, they're standing on number 5, with 18 points, 10 games they have played, and they lost against Newcastle. Newcastle is number 11. Right, so I just want to ask, as much as we discussed, giving these young teams opportunities, but what do you think it is happening in the psychology of players and coaches to prepare for games such as these ones, and they end up losing? Let me start with you, Elvis. Okay, I think Sizomtola Masia, maybe it's network problems, but so as much as I'm saying, Arsenal lost against Newcastle, and we know
Yes, important.
Oh,
yeah. So did you get what I said? Should I repeat to you?
Yes. No. Ngikutshelile.
Okay.
When like Mauke wahlala isikhathi eside underdog, and you started to have performances ethile, ifana nomhluzo omnandi, abantu abaninzi they expect more to you, and remember one thing, you are still building. Arsenal to me is still a team, a builder, no matter what achievement or ifumanayo, but for me it's still building for me nakwelami side, because of we still safuna ukubona into ezininji kakhulu from Arsenal. So to me, nakuma fans wabo, I don't think ukuthi they need to ubanikeza the pressure that much. As long they win and lose and draw is fine until we get what we want. You understand? So for me, I don't see. Yes, I know Guti is a lot of pressure from Gukosha, Ateta, but they don't need Guti bamnikeze that much. Guti no, you need to win all the games. We need to win a into. Remember one thing, when like ufike team in, Kosha, back Guti, no, we want Champions League. Want league, we understand, and Kumbule challenge yako is very very high, and the challenges wako now are very very high. So you need to now absorb it, because of those team odlala now. Galama team most of the time wathola ukuthi azifuna ukuzithola phi esezembeni most of the time, and then they want to prove them ukuthi nathi sifuna usoloko sihlalise eligini all the time. We don't need to go to siyodlala ama trials and so stuff. So for me, Arsenal, I don't need to nginikeze that pressure that much. I think the way he's performing, a corner is good. Yes, we don't need lose, but it's good for me because of his winning. Football is something like no, tomorrow I will go and win. It's something offer ukuthi ubone ngesikhathi kwenzeka ukuthi no, is that time yenzeka kuyenzeka. You understand? Ngilehle lapho kwestudio butomdala.
Yeah, indeed. So, Arthur, what do you think?
Nyamozo Elvis name. But now, what I'm thinking, Uguti, you as a team and as a coach, when you think, because I mean, when I say a team, I'm thinking, Uguti, actually, I'm talking about the management on its own, and the players. Ne, Uguti. Man bega isn't any achievayo. And then at the end, and sasnigezi the performance ebenisniga yona. To us as abantu ababukela ibhola ayabalidlalayo. But abalibukelayo, we have so many questions to ask. Okay, guys, like what's happening?
Yeah.
Because now we know Arsenal as abantu abahlaleba on top. If not number 1, at least number 2. But if bangu number 3, at least we are looking let's give them 2 or 3 matches. We know which is obvious bazo number 1 until.
Yeah.
And then the team abazo compete now in most cases it was Man City or Liverpool. We know which lapo we see which there's a tight competition. But now if bazo hlala number 5, they have so many games but there's no improvement. There's nothing. We can't see anything. It's even difficult to check okay, if you are doing these things, yini strategy saying. Because even no muntu analyzer, you can't even see okay, guys in Niagupi right now.
Yeah.
Because if we ask management, okay, guys, what's happening? They will say this. If Ubuza ma player separately, they will say something different. So I feel like with this match, the way being a corner, in Newcastle now has to prove ukuthi no, not his corner.
Yeah.
As much as we can see many teams, amakhulu ayayehla, amancane ayakhuphuka, they have to prove. They have to prove ukuthi not his corner. Sise gaming.
Yeah.
Sine to guess nathi. But with this match, I feel like and Arsenal needs to be careful. Yeah, needs to be careful. Actually, Wonkama team needs to be careful. Yeah.
Indeed. So much drama happening in the English Premier League where we saw Arsenal losing 1-0 to Newcastle United. And then another game that played was Brighton against Liverpool, in which Liverpool won 2-1. And we also have the big giant right here, in the house, which is Liverpool. And I just want us to have a little discussion about it, gentlemen, because we know Guti, coach Liverpool, Ancelotti, took over from Jurgen, Klopp. The team is still Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah.
So moving into the next season, do you think Ancelotti is going to struggle into restructuring to what the team should look like according to him, or the form is going to continue as we see these players are very determined with what they're doing? Let me start with you, Elvis.
I think for Liverpool, for my side, for now, performances are right. It's not that much. It's on and off now, but they need to coach low. Next year, you need to look at our best players. You can understand that for the position in Liverpool, Liverpool. You can understand. So he need to work hard in the technical team because of next year. Next year, things are changing. Now we'll say it is a round 2 again now. It's the final round. So one come up team as a gym. So you need experienced players, not to just signing J. We know in Liverpool most of the time when like it's to sign most of the time our players in Brazil, African players, mangiti example, I'm a player, Liverpool is the team you can Chinese, Japanese, not Japanese man, Japanese players. But now we look at the players, performer. You need to go there to the market to go kuma opponent wabo. Okay, who's the best player, even individual kuma opponent wabo ukuthi okay ubani singamthatha simsebenzise endaweni so ubani singamthatha simsebenzise endaweni so because of the mistake abayenzile mistake abayenzile Liverpool decision yabo to ukuxosha no coach, it was not a good decision. Why bengamnikeza even coach mhlawumbe 1 year and then bambone next year ukuthi okay sizokwenza njani ngayo because of lama player la akhona ajwayele kakhulu bajwayele ukhosha wabo. So when like the player iba confuse player kancane, player even be confused kancane ukuthi esikonze sijwayele ukhosha ukuthi uhlalisa ngale indlela and then kunamanye ama player futhi adiliziwe. You understand lo nto le kuba ne frustrating ethile. That's why I said for me I will go to look at ama opponent players wami ngibheka ukuthi okay ubani operformayo ngingabi stingy ngemali, go there and buy players.
Definitely, man. With Liverpool, we are going to see, what happens because as of right now, they are, number 1 in the English Premier League, making sure that each and every game they play, they win. And moving on, we have Southampton playing against Everton, and then Southampton won 1-0. And another talking point is Manchester City playing against Bournemouth. We saw them, losing 2-1. And also it's something that we need to take it back to yesterday when they lost 4-1 against Sporting. These are both underdogs. These are both young teams. Do you think now Pep Guardiola is facing his end of era in Manchester City, or it is just one of that time whereby they just need to go back to the drawing board and come back stronger?
Going back to the board, Vele, it's what the team needs to do, Vele.
Yeah.
But with the pressure, I feel like Pep is facing, not actually Pep, I can say I'm a player, I'm feeling this thing yokuthi time aliyavaya no. But Aish, man, they have this thing for UPEP. So I feel like it's going to be difficult for them to also adjust.
Yeah.
Or adapt strategy somunye coach abazomletha. Because if this is happening angakahambi, it says a lot masekahambile.
Yeah.
Because we all know ukuthi, because we also hear people saying bakungaphuma uPep kuMan City, iMan City izodliwa. Right now we know ukuthi uPep usendleleni ukuthi uyahamba, but we feel like ukuthi ukuhamba kwakhe iMan City na iya ku number last. Because if they are performing like this, anyeke bazodlala nama team ama underdogs, knowing very well ukuthi we're expecting ukuthi that's where ba dominate khona, basha 5 basha 4.
Yeah.
But now things have changed. Izinto sezibhekane nabo manje. Instead of ukuthi ba perform better to save ukuthi yazini uPep noma hambile, we're still going to continue lento asifundise yona. But now just because people know ukuthi uPep uyahamba, namanye ama team a reactile ukuthi okay uPep uyahamba, let's show ukuthi bebadlala ngaye kahle kahle. Without his weight anyeke badlala into right. And then uPep engqondweni yakhe there's a lot that's happening ukuthi I'm worried ukuthi mangizohamba bazo performa kanjani. So I feel like with ama player badlala nama team are young, so knowing very well ukuthi that's where we are supposed to make sure ukuthi siyawina, to sustain I position esikuyo. I feel like bazobhekana nenkinga enkulu. Yeah, there's going to be a big problem.
Yeah. Elvis?
Yeah, for me, Pepper, like for me, yabona ukuhamba kwakhe kuMan City, I think iMan City, not to say I'm thinking, iMan City iyaphansi because of lo muntu lona uze ngeplan. Remember one thing, Pep Guardiola, he like to say it most of the time, I don't play with the stars. I make stars etimini yami. So look at ucoach uzofika challenge azoyithola because of look at mhlambi i-technical lo coach Rema izofika izothi no, it's not the things I want. Mina ngifuna ukudlala ibhola different kunaleli belidlalwa ubani uPep Guardiola. So look at that space esotrate make ngasekho. That's why the players they are worried. And to say ukuthi ba worried isemqondweni wabo lonto ukuthi okay, now coach we know rumors and ukuthi kuzokwenzeka sona and badlala ngayo lonto rondini. We understand ayibanikeza ukuthula, ayibanikeza ukurelaxa, and they asking themselves ukuthi okay, if usothola coach omusha we still get sizasithola na isikhathi sokuthi sidlale, or the team look at that because of iMan City phela is owned by Arab people. So those people, they have money, they can sign any player they want, and you don't know who to zoba khona teamini or zotilizo because of those players. For me, the time is signed. You know they are good players, but not ama player ungawacabangela ukuthi ofodeni ngabangala ama player la ababo today. You understand?
Yeah, definitely. And then on YouTube, I have Orifilo Rasekhanzo saying, with Man City, just when I was celebrating Pirates win, now Manchester City disappoint me. That is, the comments from the fellow supporters of the teams right there. Man City fan and also a Sundowns fan. And then going back to Jazz Mode. So Jazz Mode commented on what we were speaking about, on the prediction that he gave against Moeketsi and Sundowns meeting on the final. He says Moeketsi will win 2-1. He's saying this because one thing he realized with Moeketsi is that they're so serious, and we must not also forget those are league winners. It doesn't matter in which state is the league, so they come back, they came from the Motsepe Foundation League, and now they are now in the Betway Premiership to compete with, the top flight teams right there at the PSL. So, and another one from Jazz Mode at Moeketsi knows winning strategy, something that Sundowns know, but what will differ, they will come as as underdogs. Definitely. Those are valid points from Jez Moide. Please do make sure that you keep those comments coming. We are sharing online on every social media platform. If you want to comment down below based on what you are speaking about, do make sure that you go to our lives. We are live on TikTok. You can choose to go to TikTok, share the live with the loved ones, tap the screen, and you can also go to Facebook, leave down your comment, like the page, and share it with your friends. And also YouTube, press the notification button so that whenever we go live, you will be notified. And moving on, we had Nottingham playing against West Ham, in which Nottingham played 1-3 nil against West Ham, and then Ipswich and Leicester, they played a 1-1 draw. And Wolves, the last game for Saturday, it was Wolves and Crystal Palace drawing a 2-2. And then on Sunday we had Tottenham playing against Aston Villa, and the Super Sunday match, which was the last game of the weekend, it was Manchester United against Chelsea. They played 1-1. So the talking point about this game is that how can Chelsea lose to a team that doesn't have, a coach? Because we saw Erik ten Hag was fired based on the performance that Manchester United was starting to give. Manchester United, they were number 14th when Erik ten Hag was fired. They're now on number 13 in the league on the standings. With Chelsea picking up their performance, people were shocked. Okay, the coach is being fired. Now Ruud van Nistelrooy is the interim coach, and under Ruud, in Carabao Cup, they won 5-2 against Leicester. And then now, second game, you got Ruud van Nistelrooy playing against Chelsea, 1-1 against Manchester United. Do you think the problem is with the coach or is with the players? Because when you see here, when the coaches exit, the team starts to perform. So Elvis, take it away.
For me, Manchester United, I think is a management, because of you can't changing the coaches each and every year. You started to changing the coaches because of look at they tried ukusha lo amxoshile ukutrile sambona nathi ukuthi uyatrya, but you see mana ingathi kune Chiefs ekhona la phakathi. Has something is happening there. Has something enkulu esingayazi uba yini, because of remember one thing with Cristiano Ronaldo before he go, he said basasebenzisa isystem yama 90s. So you look at that futhi ma analyze a lot of which which means kune problem ekhona. Mhlawumbe we can say it, in Manchester United we know inemali, but has things there kunama problem from management actually, because of we can't see Manchester United all the time. The more and more is going down, So I think for me, let's look at the management, because of even the culture abazomsayina is still naye afanele aqale phansi, because of look at ayikho into abayidlalayo at all. Yes, we see they're performing, but they're not performing. And then you can't say the team is performing, but end of the day, iphelela ilago number 6, number 1, you understand? We need number 1 and number 2. We need to compete on the Champions League or Europa Champions League. So if you're not competing there as a big team, you thinking Gucci, your fans will take you serious? I don't think so.
Yeah, definitely. Before I give it to you, I mean, with what you said, it's so valid, because I think when fans look at it in terms of based on the coach that's coming in, that's why I beg to differ. Maybe when Ruben comes, I believe that he will come with something different, with a flavor that a lot of players are not familiar with. Because Okwamanje, there are rumors that the players are boycotting Ruud van Nistelrooy must remain, because the way he's handling, and he's talking to the players, they want him to stay, on Manchester United. And Ruben, we don't want him anymore. But they haven't seen him. They haven't been with him, around him. So I think they should give him a chance and, see what can happen. So I think the benefit of the doubt should be applied there, in order for Manchester United to be, go back to becoming the top flight, because as of right now they are, below top 10, which is not good at all. So take it away.
I want to talk about the Chelsea side. I want to be go side le Chelsea for Uguti i-Chelsea the way siyazi ngakhona vele nayo beyiphezulu ne but yayehla so now ibuya from and it's been a while iChelsea ihleli labe ihleli khona but now they're trying to come up ne strategies eziningi they're trying to develop the players akhona to fix into ebeyimoshekile so we can't expect ukuthi because manje iChelsea beyidlala kahle beyiwina beye now we have to expect ukuthi mayizodlala phela I feel like ukuthi the way beyidlala nalama team lawa beyinokudlala nama team amakhulu ibaphi tough time you see ukuthi okay they've fixed this maybe they have tried to deal with this thing ukuthi now they have to finish which is what they were doing and we saw mabadlala nama team amakhulu ukuthi okay there's improvement so now remember when you analyzing ukuthi when you analyze a match you're not analyzing a team number 14 you have to analyze a team number 1 so with iChelsea idlala the way idlala ngakhona and then drawing in a Manchester United because number last doesn't mean ukuthi they are failing now coach doesn't understand the task ekumele ayenze we understand but we should understand nathi as abantu ababukelayo ukuthi no beka analyze ngeteam ebeyiphezulu so we shouldn't expect ukuthi makazodlala neteam encane ayishaye nje kanjalo kumele abheke ukuthi okay phela analyzeanga ngeteam number last so mangidlala nabo I should expect anything but for the fact ukuthi ba draw 1-1 it shows ukuthi asiyehlanga we just forgot to analyze ngegame ephansi but with Manchester United I mean there's a lot that was happening baba gene management entsha kuphumenye kuchange ucoach like I said last time ukuthi ucoach akadlali phakathi ucoach gives away into ayicabangayo into ayibonile makahlala phansi abheka ukuthi you know what I should try this but him saying I should try this doesn't mean ukuthi ngiyongena egroundini uchaza ukuthi I should give them this thing so that they can use it as much as bahleli ku drawing board bakhuluma doesn't mean ukuthi wonke ama player will do the very same thing enikhulumayo they will have those challenges ababhekana nawo egroundini there will be those challenges ukuthi we can't finish but at least we can make ama combination emidlelini but a mover we can't they have to fix a mover and then masilungise mover doesn't mean ukuthi la emidlelini siniyekile you guys have to keep on doing that thing but with this change abazamayo kuyenza I feel like they are going far they will go far as long as they will sustain victory lebe baloko bazanayo from dala now they have to ukuthi bakhuphuke nayo the way siyazi ngakhona Manchester United not knowing ukuthi what you guys are thinking.
Yeah, definitely. Without wasting any time, the Saturday night action continues on the English Premier League, where on the screen, as you're seeing, we have Crystal Palace playing against Fulham and West Ham playing against the Everton. And then Wolves will be playing against Southampton, and Brentford will be playing against Bournemouth, and Manchester City will be playing against Brighton, and Aston Villa will be playing against Liverpool. And going on to the Super Sunday games. The first game will be Nottingham Forest playing against Newcastle, Tottenham playing against Ipswich, and Manchester United facing with Leicester again. They played in the Carabao Cup last week, and Man United won 5-2 against Leicester. We will see what how the Super Sunday will turn out. And of course, the talking point of the day is the London Derby, where Chelsea it is going to face Arsenal, where they will knock horns on the London Derby on at 6:30. So sportsmate, wherever you are, do make sure that you catch those games live, as we're going to be having discussions around them next week right here on the Sports Light Show. So please do not miss out on those games. So without wasting any time further ado, because we have touched, a little bit on what happened on the Champions League. Right now, I want us, to move to it on the games that played yesterday.
Yeah.
So right now, I just want to move this one. Okay. Yesterday's games right here on my screen. So if you missed the game, we are here as a Sports Light. We're going to update you, and we would like to hear a feedback from you and hear what do you really think, on what the teams should have done, because we have touched on some of the teams and speaking about the underdogs playing in the UEFA Champions League. And Slovan Bratislava played against Dinamo, which Dinamo won 4-1, and PSV Eindhoven won 4-0 against Girona, and Man City lost 4-0 against 4-1 against Manchester City. And Lille played a 1-1 draw against Juventus, and Liverpool won 4-0 against Bayer Leverkusen, and Monaco played Bologna, in which Monaco won 1-0, and Real Madrid saw themselves losing 3-1 to Real Madrid yesterday, a game that was playing in Santiago Bernabeu. And then yesterday we also saw Celtic playing against Red Bull Leipzig, and Celtic won 3-1. And Dortmund was playing against Sturm Graz, and they won 1-0. And today we are not missing out on a UEFA Champions League action. We have Club Brugge playing against Aston Villa, Shakhtar Donetsk playing against Young Boys, Spartak Prague, they are going to play against Stade Brest, and Inter Milan playing Arsenal, and Zvezda playing against Barcelona, Bayern Munich against Benfica, and Feyenoord playing against Salzburg, PSG against Atletico Madrid, and VfB Stuttgart playing against Atalanta. So more action tonight on the Champions League. Do make sure that you watch those games and you do not miss out on so much drama when it comes to the football. We've got you all covered with every update that we have right here on Sports Light Show. So we spoke about what happened in the game, your Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns. We saw pitch, fans, invading the pitch, and I just want to know from you guys, Uguti, is that acceptable? Maybe you see your team and you love your team, you become so emotional to your point that you get into the field and you start chasing abo referee, with your vuvuzelas or whatever that you have. Do you think that is the right behavior that the fans should express in front of national TV?
With behavior, it's obvious that it's not acceptable,
yeah,
but we can't control our emotions omuntu. As much as even if player liphakathi maka under pressure,
yeah,
aka mind ukuthi avelathi hey wena referee what, and you can't control that because naye wenzani under pressure. Those people abale phezulu bapejile ngaphandle, but no one said guys hambani yobheja.
Yeah,
but it's another way of making money these days. So with behavior yabo, it was not right, but we can't blame them because of ama player failed to do their job.
Yeah.
I mean, we as fans we expected a lot from them, and then all of a sudden it's 4-0.
Yeah.
So we ngapha 2-2. Yabo. So that thing ilete pressure kakhulu, because already nge 2-2 people were saying ish, I don't think Sizo win, but sine hope. So they've destroyed that hope encane ebaye ngayo mabayodlala ne Sundowns. Surely even now they were panicking Chiefs mayodlala ne Sundowns ukuthi yo guys sidlale ne Magesi satrowa 2-2. Ukuthi sibuyile doesn't mean ukuthi siwinile. Because we are supposed to come back ne 3 points iphelele. But now siyodlala ne Sundowns sibuyo draw ne Magesi. What are we thinking? Right now, masingena lapha, surely go changing room baba chikile, but no guys, this thing in Yenza it's wrong. Yeah. Even nabo mabangena lapha, already they are frustrated. They want to perform. They want to do the most. They want to make sure ukuthi no guys, akumelanga disappoint ama fans. But obviously seeing ama young players angenile lapha, there's this thing ukuthi no man, you can't do this. Faka abantwana at least let's try to ukuthi sifaka abantu abane experience like fans are saying. So I feel like maybe coach naye actually bonke abo-coach are supposed to at least listen to ama-fans kancane, not yonke into abayishoyo, but try to implement those things ezishoyo ama-fans, because if we are telling you something which, why are you not trying this, and then it happens ukuthi igame idliwe because you didn't want to listen to us esibukelayo. You as a coach, yes, ubukele, and you are telling what ukuthi ama-player yenzeni, but doesn't mean you can see everything. Yeah, so I feel like Eshban, the match here Chiefs, man, it needed a lot.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Mr. Elvis, your thoughts, please.
I think iChiefs sibonile inhliziyo zabo zibuhlungu, nathi inhliziyo zethu zibuhlungu, but for me, yes, inyawo ziyasinda, guys, inyawo ziyasinda. We need to accept that, and let's see next year ukuthi kuzokwenzakalani ngeChiefs. Singalahli ithemba, nabalandeli bangalahli ithemba. Let's see ukuthi kuzokwenzakalani. As he said ukuthi no, I'm fighting for number 3 eligini. I don't fighting ukuthi ngizoba thatha league or something. I think let's give him a chance. Unabi simbone ukuthi uzokwenza kanjani. Masimphelele inhliziyo. I think, yeah, as we're saying now, my brother, sometimes you need to listen ama-fans naye kulakhi side. Take those players, sibheke nama-players ukuthi okay, so adlalisa kanjani, because of umthetho abakhona. I don't think umthetho abaku-injury. I think bebegqoka isuit on that day, beku-VIP bebhekelele. But we need those players, we understand, because of players, lot of supporters, they said mthetho he was needed on that game because of after kulimele lo mfana lo wale esadle that side of Brazil side. I think for Golami side, after kulimele yena before ukuthi umthetho bamnikeza chance, and we know obamdantsana baku injury, and we don't have players esingaperforma ngabo from middle. Ublom now ufika ipress Chiefs ingaka, so we can't say it, irresponsibilities zayinikeza kubo bonke, and the young stars and sabheke olukhulu kubo, because of if we continue to do like this, iChiefs izobulala icareer yama lot of players in Chiefs. So said those players are good, they will end up like career pelile, because of you can't play under pressure all the time. I think let's see next year makuvula window sibone ukuthi uzosayina bani ayeke bani, and let's see ukuthi le player lele athi uyalifuna nakho police ukuthi sibone ukuthi uzokwenzani, because of another players eswanidayo. At least la muntu loyana for my side masithi siya add umuntu odlale nama biggest team and is international player, and look at iSundowns the way mina ngibona ngakhona. What if ukuthi iSundowns ngafaka ioffer nakuye futhi ithi because of thina we go and play iFIFA club, and we need you, you're international player, because of we need you. If you play local, who you know you, but you are international player because of udlaleli bafana. I think Chiefs fanele bheke lezo zinto ezo for next year. Let's give him a chance. Unabi simbone ukuthi uzokwenza njani. Ngithi we said ukuthi no, the budget is there. I'm looking forward ukuthi ngithola ama players engingawasana. Let's see ukuthi uzokwenza kanjani. For us, let's take it ukuthi no besifunda ku game yeSundowns. That 4-0, let's not take it personal. Let's take it like no, besifunda machita man, besifunda we one day sizoyibamba lento sifix.
Indeed, a lesson were learned and mistakes were accepted. On YouTube, I have Jazz Mode Ino saying that was totally unacceptable and was not only Chiefs fans invading, also our opposition fans, which the Mamelodi Sundowns fans, they were also, invading the pitch. But manje ibonakale ngathi, it was only Kaizer Chiefs fans. Hence, Kaizer Chiefs had to come forward and apologize for the behavior that the fans gave. And Orifula saying the way Chiefs fans did is not right. So I'm asking myself, what will they do the day they play Orlando Pirates, because Pirates don't have Messi. One thing I know is that Asia. The Soweto derby is the most respected derby, in Africa. We will never see pitch invasion because people understand the history, of the Soweto derby. So definitely we won't see that with the Soweto derby. And then just mode at it. But Pagania, also one of your people, was part of the invasion on that game. Really, I didn't see that, but we will definitely confirm it with you right there, wherever you are at home. So before we close the show, I just want to get your views, because I have two, headlines with me right here. It speaks of Kaizer Chiefs to promote the 16-year-old star, and then we also have another teen sensation, Emil Witboy, set for Chelsea trial. So right now we are seeing two different things. We're seeing one who's going outside. We are seeing one that needs to be promoted in the local team.
Yeah.
So the importance of giving these boys the grassroots of our football, is it important for us to give them the grassroots, or let them go outside and come back with the experience and do wonders this side, or let them grow here, play their football here, and then they will go when they are older? I just want to hear your views there.
With this thing, Yoguti, they are promoting those young players. Especially this thing is done by Chiefs Gakul. So I feel like Chiefs Vele, it is the good team to go when you want to develop a player. As a coach, yasekasi mawubona Chiefs, you should know ukuthi leya team yokuthi uyisi player ukuthi bal develop. But ukuthatha Chiefs from good development ulfake ku PSL ukuthi you compete lapha, it's something else, because we know ukuthi you are good, ne, but there's that experience that we need from you ukuthi ukhona compete nabo Sundowns. I mean, we can see now umfundo bayakhala. We know which these players deserve a chance. They do deserve it. But now, I feel like it's too early to let them play for Google and Tuzana. Badlale professional team. Why? Now they forgot to pela sase. We need to gain experience. So I feel like taking a player from this side to listen apparently, the whole experience, it's a good thing. I mean, here now Mtutuzi Shabalala went out. I told experience ngaphandle, but the time was not enough. I feel like bekumele ngabuhlale more athole leyo experience ayithole then abuye ngapha yenza umsebenzi. But with that small experience ayitholile ngaphandle, he's doing better now. But with umfundo, I feel like he needs to go outside athole that experience akhule. Same thing naye ulentuzana ubani, who's this boy, man?
Which one?
I'm promoter right now.
So this young teen who is being promoted right now, his name is
Royce Malak.
Royce,
yeah. Now I feel like he needs that experience. At least, yes, come to a professional team, ne. But also you have to try and go outside and then let's see ukuthi ubuya nani ngapha.
Yeah.
At least multitask. Go that side, also be the side. Because now, if you're going to staying up, then stick promote and wenza umsebenzi. Yes, ama fans azojabula mawenza into wrong. But once wenza mistake, sizobuyela back to ukuthi hayi babu sasemncane. Yabo. That thing iyambulala kwa yena. So I feel like they need to go outside babuye nangapha. Yeah.
Elvis, your view, please.
Yeah, as you're saying, for Chiefs, culture Chiefs to promote the young players, but now as is continue ukulokunjana promote ama player asakula is a good idea, but the pressure now to Chiefs is the one thing to say I'm promoting young players and want to go and sell it outside. As you said when Kutuguti ukola kwiside, do you think ungacabanga ukuthi umfundo Vilakazi ahamba ephesheya? Yes, it's a good idea, and ukuthola ne-experience from outside. Look at the defender ye-Chiefs ukulele ku-Newcastle, the lo bathu bani konje, I forget the name naligama liyabaleka, the white guy, I will say the white guy, ukulele overseas, and you see the experience of that player ukuthi udlala kanjani and ulibamba kanjani. You see how to attack, you see attacking yakhe, even though kunaphi yambona ukuthi no akaka be that much ukuthi uyamthola unaphi ukuthi ukuposition yakhe okwamampela na. So to me, to say to promote the young players is a good thing to learn endlini. Siyazi ukuthi sine pension player for 10 years iplayer lingapensiona for after 10 years from now. To say ukuthi sothenga, yes, it's good to buy ama players ana experience to ukuthi moting experienced players odlala 5 years, but if we have young players says ukuthi sine pension after 10 years, we are good because of those players is a players ukuthi sithembele kuyo even to the country. You understand?
Yeah. Definitely. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your point of views with that. To you who have been watching till right now, thank you so much for staying with us. Do not, please do make sure that you catch us next week, same time, same place, right here on the Sports Light, where we're going to be discussing everything that has to do with your sports, whether it's tennis, rugby. We've got you covered with all of the updates that you need, whether it's on field and outside of the field. We've got you with news that you didn't know and the discussions that are going to be held right here each and every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. So right now, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I'll just need your last words. Let me start with you, Mr. Elvis.
Siyabulele kakhulu abantu bebesimameleke namhlanje. Ngibulele kakhulu abantu bebesimameleke namhlanje apha ku Share Online Radio Station. Sisoloko si on ngalo lonke ixesha ke mina igaba lami ndingu Elvis okwendilele. For nje kancinci nje sibuyele emva kancinci before sivale. Kutheni ukhoza ezo announcer iprice ye-Betway ngoku sesiligi sezinoko sezawusondela ukuthi phela, but sake sithethe ngayo next week ke mhlobo wami wena mphathi kwami apha estudio ba ke discuss kutheni ekhupha ngelast minute price kodwa bekufa ukuthi bayikhupha ngoku.
Indeed, that's the question.
Bekufanele ukuthi bayikhuphe before iligi iqala, because of us futhi ukubona ama surprises na ku man of the match ukuthi okay iprice the man of the match izobe imali kangaka, because of we look at the black label, we understand. We think as most confused ukuthi okay izawufika i-man of the match ibe imalini xa kuyi-20 million ngoku.
Yeah, indeed, man. Singamangali, maybe Pirates maya ku number 2 the next time, but the Betway Premiership say 16 million or 14 million. Cause as the chairman, he does whatever that he wants to do. But man, the conversation was nice. Please do make sure to catch the live, for a repeat after this one has ended on Share Online. We are Share Online on YouTube. I have just mode at Tankom Nandi Machita. I like your show. Thank you so much for your support, Mr. Jazz Mode. Thank you for staying with us. Do make sure that you stay tuned in next week, same time, same place, right here on the Sports Light Show, where we bring you each and every update and everything that you have to know about the sports world out there. Mr. Atu, last words, please.
Guys, thank you for watching today. And remember, next week we are here Wednesday, 3 o'clock, like Mr. Mo said. And people lapha ngaphandle, they have Ujezy Cute, we have Ujezy M. Upis lapha kuma comment. Thank you so much, Jazz Mode. Catch us again next week, and don't forget to share the live to other people about the sport. Whatever sport that you are thinking of, slate na so kavela sona. Se specialize ngayo into like high. Singama chef with sports. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I go by the name of Atoplay, the producer, right here on Spotlight. Thank you.
Indeed, to the sports mate, please do make sure that you spend your weekend as lovely as you can. Tina City signing out. See you next week right here. Thank you so much.
You want to join the Creative Corner every Tuesday, where we vibe with the coolest creators.
But nah, you are too busy catching up on Umkosi, celebrity news, and the headliners on the Trusted Talk Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
Embrace your feminine side with the ladies of Sisterhood Thursdays at 11 a.m. talking about everything women go through.
Join Amachita, Amahrotmane, the broskies of Sotra, fixing the country, one topic at a time. Thursdays at 2 p.m.
Get ready to spice up your sex life on the 8th hour every Thursday at 8 p.m. where we get down and dirty with the hottest topics. It's all things sex.
Start the weekend early with the feel-good vibes of Kasi Lifestyle Show Fridays at 2 p.m. Put on your dancing shoes, feel the music, and connect with the best artists artist Mzansi has to offer.
And if you're still not satisfied, you can learn a thing or two about living wild, young, and free with Ama2K Saturdays at 11 a.m.
And for all you bookworms, relax your Saturday with On Writing at 2 p.m., where you can learn from the best writers and storytellers.
All this and more on Share Radio,
The place